Hello, Scorpio. This is going to be your message. This is going to be dealing with the month January 2021. I've got three cards, which are three messages, like a collective message from the gods or the goddesses, okay? And then they're going to have pretty much, an overview of what's going to happen during the beginning, the middle, and the end of the month. So let's go ahead and get started. And the first card that we're working with is the Valkyries, all right, and their keyword is redemption, all right. So the message from the Valkyries is that it's never too late to change, okay. And another thing is that regret is is very useless, all right. For some of you, forgiveness is valued as bravery here, okay. Forgiveness is valued as bravery, all right. So now I'm going to tell you that a lot of you are really being really hard on yourself. Okay, that's what I'm getting from this. Okay, you feel like you're a little bit inferior to whatever situation that has been presented to you at this time. And then look at what we have here. We have Emperor energy here. All right, so to me, this is like saying, although you don't actually battle in real life, maybe some of you feel like you're still, in a sense, in like some sort of a battlefield from day to day. All right, sometimes it's like you have really long days. I don't know if it's at work or what, but it feels like the days are just really long, and it feels like you're always being put to the test. All right, maybe being put to the test with presentations on how you act around certain people. People are watching you, people looking over your back while you're doing your work, as we have here. But this is just saying, don't be so hard on yourself if you make a mistake. You are a highly capable person. You need to step into that power and step into that will, right? You probably, I really feel like a lot of people, once you start putting this energy into action, people are going to really start respecting you. Because if you notice, it's like you can also kind of picture this in a different way, as if he's like kneeling, if he's kneeling to someone who is of high authority, right? Maybe that person could be you. It's like the roles could potentially be reversed, or at least evened out, if you know what I'm saying. All right. So a lot of you have been really hard on yourself. This is at the beginning of the month. So it's either you just dealing with an authoritative figure or somebody that's standing over you, watching you work, things of that matter. You just feel inferior to this person, but you don't have to feel inferior anymore. Okay. You are a highly capable person. Step into your power. You'll get it. Let's see, what else do we have? So, okay, we got that's good. We've got the Eight of Wands, all right? But looky here. We've got Eight of Wands and we've got the Nine of Swords here. So I'm just going to talk about these two cards for just a second. And this is kind of sort of freestyle in here. So I haven't really looked at the cards. I just picked them out, turned them over, and just started reading and turned on the camera. So what I'm getting from this is that, some of y'all are antsy as hell. Scorpio, you're really antsy. And then it's like parts of you with this Eight of Wands, parts of you really want to slow down. It's like things are moving so fast for you. Parts of you want to slow down. Okay. This is just kind of saying that you might need to use this energy to create a positive change, right? Because Eight of Wands equals positive change or positive movement forward. And this is going to be, in order to get any type of significant rest, you're going to have to focus your intentions, focus your actions. And if you notice how the wands are above the city, this is like saying you are going to rise to the occasion. So be forgiving of yourself. Be forgiving of yourself with the Valkyries, keyword being redemption here. But like I said, yeah, there's a lot of anxieties here with you, Scorpio. There's a lot of energy. It's like, I think you're being watched. That's what it is. You have an anxiety over being watched. You're afraid that you're going to do something that's embarrassing. Because sometimes that Nine of Swords is like you're afraid of being embarrassed or caught. Like people are going to find out something about you that you wanted to hide away. Because sometimes that Nine of Wands, it's not just about anxiety. It's about people knowing possibly like a deep secret. In the traditional Nine of Swords, we usually see a moon in the background. We're not necessarily seeing a moon, but it's replaced with an eye. So there's something about being watched or having people standing over your back, possibly feeling like you might be judged for what you do or don't know, because we do have the swords over the person's head here, okay? So some of you may have, you just feel like you're being watched. I'm just going to say that. And it's got your anxieties like through the roof here. All right. Yeah, that's what I'm mostly sensing. Another thing I'm sensing is that because we have the Nine of Swords, it's just telling you you can stop worrying. Okay, I feel like you're thinking about the worst possible case, scenario. Um, Also, I want to say that you're not a failure because I'm really feeling like this card is saying like you feel like you've been a failure. Um, I don't think you need to have this negative perception. This card does represent sometimes like a negative perception of the self, but I think your anxiety increases during the nighttime for some reason. It's like, I don't know if you're having a lack of sleep, but during the nights, that's when your anxiety is at its peak. So perhaps you might feel uncomfortable now with this Nine of Swords being here, but I think that eventually we're going to be moving. We're going to have to use this and channel it into a positive movement forward, right? So this is like, it's just like saying that this time is soon going to pass. That feeling of not being good enough, that feeling of being watched and being laughed at. Don't worry, you'll rise above the occasion. Just take this time to hone in on any types of skills that you have and just kind of use it to move forward. And I wanted to also say that Eight of Wands deals with the symbol of Mercury. So Mercury is about information, passing along information, right? So maybe there's a group energy or a group effort here that has some sort of information or a message to give you, something that can take you to newer heights, right? So don't worry about that, Scorpio. The next card that we have is the god Loki, and the keyword is play. All right, so the message from Loki is that so, Scorpio, you need to look on the lighter sides of a certain situation. You need to kind of rediscover your sense of humor. You can maintain a positive mindset. I do have the Ace of Swords here. Yeah, I have the Ace of Swords here. So definitely, yeah, I can see it now. I can see it. Scorpio, you are really in a serious, focused mood right now. Everything is just really serious. You're trying to maintain a positive mindset. It's like you're really paying attention to something. If you notice how the boy is really paying attention. So there's something either you're trying to learn. Yeah, exactly. Because the middle of the month, we have the Three of Pentacles, but I'll get to that in a minute. The Three of Pentacles can represent like a trainee or either developing of the skills. And I really feel like you're going to be using a lot of brain power, your attention, learning, possibly even research, I just feel like there's something new because the Ace of Swords does represent a new start. So there might be something new that you're involving yourself in, that you're trying to kind of chisel yourself out. Basically, just doing a lot of brain work. Like your mind is just constantly going. I want to tell you, be careful not to overthink anything, okay? I do sense that you are sharpening your skill sets. You are training. I feel like you're just using a lot more brain power than usual. Let's see. Yeah, so yeah, you're definitely using a little bit more brain power than usual here, but it looks like it's gonna turn out pretty good for you, Scorpio, because we have the Ace of Swords and then a Three of Pentacles. So whatever it is that you're building, it's going to take you to new heights, like we said with that Eight of Wands, but it's also going to give you a peace of mind, something that you could take with you wherever you go. All right. I think you're just literally preparing for something. Some of you guys are like reading books, or like you find yourself watching YouTube videos on how to build stuff or how to construct stuff or how to operate a manual or things of that nature, things of that matter. I also sense group energy here because there's three people. So there's definitely group energy, or like a power of three, possibly, because we do have the Three of Coins. And three represents, growth, creativity, progress, friendship. So maybe you've met some new people who are going to help you, you can learn from, right? They're not here to judge, though. It might feel like it at first that they're here to judge by standing over your back, watching you. We got two people standing over someone's back. So maybe it feels like you're being judged or being looked at, and this might give you like a lot of anxiety. But don't worry about it, Scorpio. This is for your highest and greatest good. Sometimes people work good under pressure. And Scorpio, I believe that you're one of those people. All right. A lot of you are going to be working with tools too. A lot of you are going to be working with tools. Let's see. Also, some of you might be making plans. And if you're not making plans, you might need to make plans in order to get better organized. You'll find your own rhythm, over time. Some of you are working in a very foreign environment here. Yeah. I can tell that some of you guys are working in a very foreign environment here. With that Three of Pentacles, it's like it looks like a church or some sort of a sacred ground or like a constitution or some sort. So some of you guys, if this does deal with work, a lot of you guys are working in a foreign place, or it's like you're trying to conform to what it is that they want you to be. I'm just thinking about that because I'm seeing, I don't know, I guess he's supposed to be like a pope or a nun, or not a nun, but like someone who's kind of like like a leadership role, or maybe like in a spiritual role, or maybe he's like a priest or something like that. But I'm just feeling like, what does the priest represent? And he just represents higher order. So maybe you're trying to conform yourself to that higher order, and this is all a learning process for you with that Ace of Swords energy here. All right. I guess that's pretty much all I see for now, but definitely you feel like you're in a foreign place and you're trying to adapt. You're trying to adapt. At the end of the month of January 2021, Scorpio, thank goodness, things start to lighten up because you were antsy as hell at the beginning. But I do have the Temperance card here. So, the key word with Temperance is moderation, all right? You're not going to understand everything that you need to know in one day, right? Because what do they say? Rome wasn't built in a day. I feel like you're rushing from some things. You're rushing to know some things. That's why you're so focused. You want this, and I'm looking at how the sword is pointing down. It's like you know that you don't know everything, but yet you're so eager to find out everything simply because you do not like being put in situations where you don't know what to expect. And we talked about that foreign energy here, right? So that's what I'm really picking up on, is that there needs to be some sort of a moderation. You guys are really focused really hard. It's like you're almost overthinking things. I think I spoke about that earlier too, about just using a lot more brain power than you normally would. Let's see. Yeah, I'm really also getting the sense that you might need to kind of balance yourself out, not be so serious. You might need to take a deep breath, focus on your breath. Also, pour yourself a glass or two. All right. I feel like there's other people around you who have a lot of talents and experiences who are going to kind of help create that soup, that recipe that you need, because the Temperance can deal with multiple things that create a good worker or a good whatever it is you're trying to do, whatever it is you're trying to learn, whatever it is you're trying to be. There's multiple layers and multiple ingredients that are made up of what makes a good whatever it is. You fill in the blank, right? So I think, like I said, there was group energy here. And I think that all these people have something to offer you as far as, understanding your experience, your ability, your skill set. Their talents are going to be your talents. You notice how he's pouring pouring information from one glass to the next. Maybe some of you are, I don't know if you're a scientist or like, this looks like a mad scientist, but maybe some of you are like into medicine of some sort. Okay. Moving on to the next card that we have. This is the goddess, the representation of the white buffalo woman, and her keyword is peace. Okay. The white buffalo woman's message is that it's time to make a little bit more peace. You need to connect you need to make some sort of connection or make a regularity of your spiritual practice. That's what I'm going to say. Some of her, the white buffalo woman, some of her things that represent her are like the peace pipe, I think, or just like a pipe that is meant for spiritual ceremonies. That is what is represented for the white woman buffalo. It was definitely introduced to a tribe. So this just represents maybe the fact that you could be like doing a lot more ritualistic based practices here. Maybe you could find yourself just indulging in more spiritual practices to bring you peace, more meditation. Maybe you could even be smoking herbs. And I'm not talking about, the other kind of herb, not that kind of herb, but herbs from the earth that have like, a significant purpose further than just, getting high or something. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the type of herbs that can lift your spirits and get you to a different level, can help aid you in the ascension process. That's what I'm really picking up from this white buffalo woman with the words being peace. Other than that, I just wanted to get that out of the way because that's what I'm seeing. Now that I'm looking at this Seven of Swords energy here, I'm noticing that there's needs to be peace between a man and a woman here, because we have a woman and then we have a masculine energy, and again we have a woman and a masculine energy. So I'm feeling like for some of you Scorpios, there might be it's like both. I don't know if it's like two situations flipped on its end. My candle's coming out. My candle's burning out. I don't know why this thing won't stay lit. But yeah, I'm really feeling like there's some sort of peace that needs to go on between the two of you. Maybe there could have been some sort of maybe like truth being withheld here. And yeah, there definitely must have been some sort of truth being withheld here, because now I have the Justice card. I have Seven of Swords and the Justice. So somebody was probably not being very honest, probably withholding information. And now it's time for them to kind of own up to the choices and decisions that they've made. They realize that they can't get away with it here. All right. That's just the energy that I'm getting. And I'm also sensing, because I have the Page of Cups, maybe there might have been like someone maybe admitting their wrongdoings, admitting that they were, in a childish mindset and they didn't think things through. And they want to be held accountable for their actions. Somebody wants to be held accountable for their actions. All right. That was just kind of like a collective energy of those three cards all together. But I intentionally wanted it to be the beginning, the middle, and the end of January for you, Scorpio. Now, I'm going to just say that the beginning of the month of January, with the aspect of the white buffalo woman being peace, I'm sensing that somebody might be coming in to make peace. There might be some sort of an apology for a lie or for some sort of a disruption that may have happened between you and this individual, a man and a woman here is what I'm sensing. It could be relationship wise. It could be siblings wise. Yeah. And yeah, definitely the number 7. I just thought about that. The number 7, which does represent reflection. So somebody's taking time to reflect out and they're like, look, I see that I was, being a little bit childish here, and I'm ready to kind of take accountability for my actions with the Justice card here. All right. And it's been a while too. It's been a long time, because this looks like a what do you call that little time thing? That looks like one of those. So maybe this has been a while that this has happened, or maybe it's been long overdue here is what I'm saying. Another thing I'm getting is that with this Seven of Swords, a lot of you have been taking shortcuts. You have gotten used to taking shortcuts, and now you are being called to do honest work, right? Maybe to perform honest work. And now you're going to have to reteach yourself how to do this honest work. This might be dealing with work. You might be cutting a lot of corners, and now you're going to be watched, right? Maybe you're going to be watched. And you're kind of embarrassed that you don't remember how to do things correctly, or you're kind of embarrassed that you've gotten into bad habits of taking shortcuts here. This is just like, this is just what I'm picking up on. It's not for everybody, but it's for a lot of Scorpios. Yeah, and also I feel like a part of you is probably afraid because you've been faking the funk for so long. But it's time for you to come up with a new strategy, because this old way doesn't work in this new location, in this new environment. It's a no-go. All right. And then we have, like I said, at the middle of the month, we have the Justice card. So definitely somebody who's been dealing with who's been having like wrongdoings or anything of that nature. There's consequences here for someone. All right. Someone hasn't been getting all the information in order to see the truth of the matter. And I think that there's going to be a wake-up call here. Somebody's going to be getting a wake-up call. Whoever it is that you're dealing with, if somebody has been like stealing from you, or stealing your energy, stealing your time, I feel like this person is well overdue for some sort of a wake-up call. So really, you don't have to take any action in this, Scorpio. You can just let karma play itself out, because I feel like it's coming. If you believe in karma. Honestly, I don't even think you have to believe in karma, because I think the person that you're dealing with believes in karma. And if they believe in karma, then they will get karma. That's how I feel. What else do I see? Yeah, maybe like I said, somebody's probably ready to make amends. They're ready to be held accountable. Maybe somebody understands the severity of the actions that they took and they want to make peace. You get it? Yeah, that's probably definitely what that's saying. Scorpio, you had a really, ooh, this is a month for you, Scorpio. But yeah, definitely. Like I said, with that, that's another thing I want to say. I don't know if I'm thinking somebody must have been running away from their responsibilities, because we have the Page of Cups. Somebody was running away from their responsibilities, or either there could be a child involved, and this person has not been the responsible person that they were supposed to be, Scorpio. So yeah, and I'm really sensing that maybe you've tried communicating to this person, because I do have a lot of like papers, emails, text messages, or like just writing words. And we already know that our page deals with like deep thinking, right? Emotional thinking, thinking based off of your emotions. I'm going to say that. All right. So definitely it's like you've been doing a lot of reflecting, or somebody has been doing a lot of reflecting, and they know that they were acting out of character, or maybe this person caused you to get out of character. Okay. Or just maybe something you might have done caused someone to get out of character. I just feel like somebody was brought out of their character. But I think there's going to be some sort of a reconciliation. There's going to be some sort of a text message. Somebody's going to reach out to you and they're going to declare peace. So yeah, I think this whole month is going to definitely wrap up on a positive note for you, Scorpio, whether it be your job, some sort of new endeavor, schooling, or maybe even if it is something dealing with a connection or a partnership. I think things are going to go well for you. Thank you, Scorpio, for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel, because I do go live every now and then. I don't have a set schedule, but if you ring the bell, you can come and get you a free question. All right. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.